Ranking the best quarterbacks by price in Madden 23. We are back here with a new type of video today. Today, we're going to be going best quarterback by price. We're going to start out with a free option and then work our way up to an unlimited budget. If you do enjoy this video, if you want to see more of me go position by position, make sure to comment that down below. But we're going to get it started right here with the free option. So for free, Ken Stabler, I do think is the best. Now he can get the quad stack for 3 AP. He has Slinger 3 as a release. He has good speed, good throw power. If you have this card, yes, he's the best free option, but I'm also going to give another option just in case, you know, you got the game late, you weren't able to get Casper, you weren't able to get Dion, and that player is going to be 98 overall Danny Dimes. If you complete your AKA new class solos, you could potentially get this card for free, which I think he is really good. Let's take a look at him. So he's 6'5", field general, great speed, great mobility stats, has really top end throw power and accuracy stats as well, hits all the accuracy thresholds. Now the thing that kind of sucks is you will need his other cards like his 95 and his 90 overall. So in total, I guess you would have to spend like 160k for him to be like really top end. So maybe this doesn't classify to you as a free option, but really the only other choice you have is grinding your field pass for Trevor Lawrence, which I think this card is a lot better than that T-Law card as well. But for him, again, he has Slinger 3 as a release. If you want short to intermediate throws, you could go AKA A-Rod as well. Slinger 1 for Slinger 3. Slinger 3 better on like deep balls. Slinger 1 better for short to intermediate throws. So it's really dependent on play style. And for his abilities, he's someone that can get Fearless, Howard Master, and Set Feet Lead for 3. I know what you're thinking. QBs need the quad stack. The thing that's slept on this card though is the fact that he can get Gambit. Now Gambit, the thing that I don't really care about is they can't be intercepted by AI defenders. The thing that is important on this though is having increased throw speed, which is really nice. So in my opinion, he basically gets Gunslinger, basically gets a quad stack for 4 AP. Now we're going to start out going by price range. The first price range right here is 100k, and this card should not be 60k. I am making a gameplay on him because he is a ridiculous card. 93 Taylor Heineke, ridiculous QB in the game. If you can't afford a top option in the game, this is your guy right here. Taylor Heineke is crazy. This 93 overall, and by the way, you want specifically like the silver one, not this one right here, not the like red card art one. You want the silver one, and I'll explain why. So they have the same exact stats. Like he doesn't have like the greatest accuracies in the world, but he can get the job done. And he doesn't have Slinger 3 or Slinger 1, but he does have Gen 3, which given his abilities, I don't feel like is terrible. So I think he's like really usable. And now let's take a look at his abilities. Dashing Deadeye, no lick Deadeye, you know, not like the best. Maybe if you want to roll out a lot, yeah, it's good. But Fearless, Howard Master, PLE for 3. So this is really great. But on top of that, he could also stack Set Feet Lead. So if you're a little bit worried about his Gen 3 release, I would run that stack right there for 4 AP. And this card's just ridiculous value. For 60k, this is an absolute steal. And when we bump the budget up to 200k, there are some good options like AR-15. I like him, Anthony Richardson, Bryce Young, Bo Jackson. But again, there is no point to not run Taylor Heineke. He is better than all of these cards, like Anthony Richardson, for instance, right? Like, sure, he has Slinger 3, but look at the ability stack he gets. You'd have to run like Howard Master PLE for 4. Again, Taylor Heineke from an ability standpoint is just way better than all these cards. And when we bump it up to 300k, this is where we get the first new QB, in my opinion, that is a little bit better. But again, I think you can still make Taylor Heineke work. And that QB is going to go ahead and be Ryan Shazier. So Ryan Shazier is extremely mobile. Great. Ryan Shazier at QB. This is a really fun card to use as well. He is 6'1", 97 speed. Again, pretty good accuracies. In my opinion, like once they reach 90, you pretty much won't notice the difference. He has really good ball carrier stats as well. He has Slinger 3 as a release. Again, top end release in the game. And for his abilities, he is someone that can get either Fearless or Gunslinger in this spot right here, literally just pick and choose. And then in his other spots, he gets 1 AP, everything else minus Howard Master. So you're looking at Howard Master, Set Feet Lead, and then either Gunslinger or Fearless, depending what you chose in the last bucket. So in total, he gets the quad stack or the god stack for 4 AP. Again, really good value. Honestly, I could see Taylor Heineke being better value than Ryan Shazier, crazy enough to say. I still think this card is a little bit better, but Taylor Heineke isn't that much worse, I swear. Now we're bumping on up to 400k. We have cards like RG3, Jalen Hurts that I don't think are terrible. Same thing with Leon Sandcastle, like QB and AKA A-Rod as well. But for me, I think Ryan Shazier is the best. The only reason I wouldn't run Shazier is if you want Slinger 1, because now you get a good option in Joe Flacco. I know he's not the most mobile. He has good throw power. And same thing with AKA A-Rod too. If you want to make the argument that you like Slinger 1 so much better than Slinger 3, Joe Flacco and A-Rod I think are good options right here. Unbiasedly, I still think Shazier is better, but if you want Slinger 1, Joe Flacco and A-Rod make a ton of sense. Again, great throw power, great accuracies. Slinger 1 is a release, and for both of them, they pretty much get the same stack of like Fearless, PLE, and Howard Master for 4 AP. And to me, with Slinger 1, I don't necessarily think you need Gunslinger. I mean, it's really nice to have. It's really nice on the deep balls. I think it's fast enough given just the velocity boost on short to intermediate throws. Now we're bumping it on up to 500K. And this is where we get so many good options. So many good options, man. Gonna be tough to really make a decision. The 4 that I want to talk about though, Tua, Drew Brees, Justin Herbert, and Mike Vick. I think they are all on the same tier as QB, and I would also put Ryan Shazier on that tier as well. I think these cards are slightly better. We'll just go in order right here. I promise I'm not picking Tua because I'm a biased Dolphins fan, but Tua is extremely mobile, 6 foot. He's essentially a more mobile version of like Flacco. The downside to the card is he can't get the quad stack. He can get either like, he can get Howard Master, Fearless, and Set Feet Lead though for 2, which I still think is great value. It's just he's kind of missing that gunslinger. I think he's well worth his price for sure. But do I think he's better than these people? Unbiasedly, no. And then we got like Drew Brees versus Vic, which is super tough. So Drew Brees does get the quad stack. In total, he can get the quad stack for 4 AP, essentially gets all these abilities right here for 1 AP again. So he's a Slinger 1 QB, and he's not as mobile, but I still feel like you can get out with him. I think it's because of his shorter player model. And he has great accuracies, great throw power as well. Like him versus Vic for me is tough because Vic is way better stats wise, has a crazy mobility, crazy accuracies. Again, he's a Slinger 1 QB, and also he can get the quad stack, but he gets it for 5 AP. So me, Vic versus Brees, I could see you going either way. Now, out of the bunch though, I think, again, unbiasedly, Justin Herbert is the best, just given AP value and everything. Herbert, really good speed, great throw power, great accuracies. He's 6'6". Slinger 3 is a release. Again, if you're not rocking Slinger 1, I recommend rocking Slinger 3. Now, for his abilities, this is where it gets a little bit crazy. He can get Gunslinger and also Fearless for 0, and he can get Howard Master for 1, and finally, PLE for 2. This is a spot where I would run PLE over Set Feet Lead. Sometimes I get questions, what's the difference, PLE for Set Feet Lead? With Set Feet Lead, obviously, you have to have your feet set, but you can kind of glitch out Set Feet Lead the same way you can roaming Deadeye. Just let go with Sprint when you're outside the pocket, and you'll still get the velocity boost. So for me, it's all about AP. Whichever is cheaper, and if they're the same, I'll just rock PLE over Set Feet Lead. Now we're bumping the price on up to 600K. I think this is really preference, but I would say Steve McNair a little bit better than Herbert. Like, it is not by a lot. It is like marginally better. And if you want to rock Herbert over McNair, do it. I think it's literally the smallest difference in the world. He's 6'2". I think it's just he's a little bit faster. That's really it. Like, to me, they're the same card. I mean, he again has great throw power, great accuracies, has Slinger 3 as a release, and for his abilities this time, once again, gets the quad stack for 3 AP. So same AP value as Herbert, and again, I think he is ridiculously good. And now we can end off the video at our unlimited budget, because the only QB I think that can be argued better than McNair or Herbert is Tim Tebow. Crazy enough, they didn't do this card dirty. I'm really surprised. Usually they give Tebow Gen 1, which is by far and away the worst release in the game. Gave him Slinger 3, can be argued best release in the game. So he is a 97 speed. Again, he's a little bit more mobile than the cards we already covered. -1 throw power, I don't think you're really gonna notice. And he has great accuracies once again. His abilities are pretty nasty. Again, he can get the quad stack for 3 AP. So Howard Master, PLE, Gunslinger, and Set Feet Lead. And he also has one more ability bucket, which I think can lead to a little bit more creativity. You can run QB Playmaker on him. You could run Fast Break if you're running like Ravens playbook. I think he is the perfect Ravens playbook quarterback. You could also potentially go like Protected, which essentially gives all your offensive linemen the all-day ability, which if you have secure pros on the offensive line can lead to a lot better blocking. Won't help you block dollar, but I'm just saying you can get really creative with it. So I really like this Tebow card, and I believe they changed his trait to throw tight spiral on yes. I believe, like, if we look at his old card right here, yeah, he used to not have this. The fact that they changed this trait and also Slinger 3. I feel like his release just feels really, really good. And we have a usable Tebow card. But yeah, y'all, this has been my video on the best quarterback by price in Madden 23 Ultimate Team. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know who you're rocking at QB. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. If you want me to go position by position, let me know down below in the comments. This video was a ton of fun to make, so I hope y'all did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, if you want to see me use some of these QBs live, check the links in the description. Hit that Twitch with a follow. We've been grinding the streams over there, so I would greatly appreciate that. Now, if you don't feel like heading over to Twitch and you want another video to watch, check this one out right here. A random wheel spin determined my playbook.